everyone, welcome back to Mediarealming, and today we have all the normal people. Today we're going to review The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman is a movie about P.T. Barnum, and if you didn't know who P.T. Barnum was, he created circus. And FYI, I went later, but they initially went to this movie not because anyone had any hope for it, but because they just wanted to see a theater movie. They're like, you know, this is good. It was an accidental, amazing discovery. You have the overall review, and then you have the pros, and then the cons, and then the deep dive, and then the overall rate, the stars. Was it a good movie? We will discuss it. And we'll give our stars at the end, so you can see that. Suspense. Ugh. Josiah, what is your overall review?
It was really good. The music was great, the writing was excellent, and you should see it.
Okay, Megan.
You do yours first. I didn't think about what I'm going to say.
It was a really good movie, and if you like good actors in a movie, then you totally have it here. And if you like good music with people who actually sing, then you like this movie. Now, so all you Beauty and the Beast fans, live action, you can go somewhere else, but if you want real voices in a real movie, this is what you want. Very well written. Just very well done overall.
It was a great movie. It was really well done. I think it's deeper than most, which is nice for change. And it's really entertaining. A lot of great music, a lot of great singing, a lot of great acting. The story is just, it's awesome. And you should just go see it.
Contribute to the box office.
This was a very good movie. It was a good theater experience movie, so if you're one of those people who can't go to the theater all the time, this movie is definitely enhanced by seeing it in the theater. It's really good. It is a musical, there are a lot of songs, but that is actually not a negative point.
What are the pros?
Josiah.
Good writing, good music, good acting, good camera shots. Amazing movie.
The ending made you happy. And it made you feel like you could just go and soar through the clouds, build castles, defeat dragons, ride magic unicorns. It was the better for its music. I think it was actually enhanced, which I would say about almost no musical in existence. And they had some amazing choreography and just visual effects. Their opening song was just epic. Main characters were all likable, they were all really wanted to make it, and it was one of those dreamer underdog movies, and I love those. So I've got two dance gushing things. Okay, the first one is Hugh Jackman as the Greatest Showman. You can believe he's the Greatest Showman. Here's one of the reasons why. It's interesting to me that you could have a line of people doing the exact same move, and somehow you can usually pick out who are the better ones. It's not like they know the moves and they're doing them. It's like there's something special in the way they move. It's like the music is just moving through them, and the music is what's making them move, not themselves, not their memory, the choreography, it's the music. With Hugh Jackman, one could almost say that he propelled the music. It emanated from him. Like, there was a special spark, I think. But then also, I really like the Rewrite the Stars song. The choreography to it was amazing to me, because if you took out all the lyrics and you just heard the music and saw them do what they were doing, you would know exactly what was going on. Choreography reflected the words themselves, the lyrics. It was awesome. And they had some cool moves. It was a lot of fun to watch. And if there are any history buffs out there, this is not historically accurate, but I do not care. I love the romanticized version of P.T. Barnum and the circus.
Some movies are, even though they're good movies, they're not the theater experience movie. Greatest Showman is a theater movie. Everything is so much bigger, and there's so many moments where you could tell if this was on a small screen, and without the surround sound, it would just not be as epically awesome. So definitely a theater experience. You should totally go to that, because you gotta give them money.
Yeah, support this film. The songs were really good. The music was just excellent. They had a whole bunch of songs, but it was okay because all the songs were good. And then some of the camera shots were just like amazing. The choreography for the dancing was also awesome. And Hugh Jackman as the Greatest Showman, you can believe he is the greatest showman who has ever lived.
That guy deserves like a medal or like something, because it's like, not only can you act, you can sing, you can dance, you can do everything, and then you look good.
He's like such a presence. It's amazing. The characters, a couple of them are in really hard situations, but they are not like whiny.
Yeah.
They're not complaining. They know that their situation isn't right or necessarily just, but they're not sitting around and be like, my life
Yeah,
is
they're
terrible.
moping.
All the actors did amazing jobs. So good for them and good for the casting. Also, underappreciated character would be Anne's brother. You don't see him very much. I understand why we don't see him very much, but he was just like a nice on the side character. I like him. He didn't have a big role, but it was still nice to see him.
Casting director was like, take your gun. Perfection.
I did this. Mwah. And the director, I want to hug you because those beginning shots, the silhouette shot, we're watching The Greatest Showman do the greatest show ever. It is amazing.
Take my money.
There's just so many pros to it. It's just hard to name them all. Writing wise, P.T. Barnum's, his character does this well thought out, well written little arc.
But the arc he went through was so excellently written and believable
That a human being could make that mistake.
Yeah. But a lot of the lines were just so good. And it's deeper than probably most films that have been out recently.
And what is your act?
I don't have an act.
Everyone's got an act.
Most of it really comes down to what do you like to watch?
What's your personal taste?
You would leave inspired to tackle the world, and this is the thing. I think our con section will be about maybe 10 seconds long. This one's probably already running out 5 minutes, so we can move on.
What are the cons? Can anybody think of any cons?
I cannot off the top of my head. I'm sure there are some, but I don't know what it is.
Are there? But you're trying to pull up something. You gotta think of something to put in this.
Somebody said the CGI lions weren't believable, but it
I don't think the elephants.
didn't bother me.
I didn't know the elephants
Okay.
were CGI.
But I did realize the lions were CGI. I thought that looked kind of obvious, and in the one shot, I initially kind of cringed. So he's walking up to his house and he knocks on the door. Well, that shot when he's initially walking up to the door, it's like, you are totally walking in the blue room. Or green room, I don't know which one it is. And to me, it looks kind of obvious. I'm sorry, some things just look fake. I have eyeballs, I can tell. The cons are basically almost nil.
Almost non-existent. But I guess you can pull something out. I guess.
Alright, so we gotta talk about the music real quick. And if you've been following our channel at all, then you probably know that our views on music for like recent movies are usually kind of, the songs were not stellar read. They weren't even read.
They didn't roll, they didn't rhyme. Don't ever have Broadway music again with people who will never see the light of a Broadway stage ever.
Only 3 notes can be in the song. Which ones are they gonna be?
Sometimes I feel like the singers are trying to force an emotion.
My problem with the soundtrack was I felt like it had no rhythm.
Too many songs. It's like they wanted to get you to sleep before the climax begins.
Mixed. Let's just put it that way.
The lyrics themselves, it's literally poetry. Probably one of the hardest things about songwriting, which I don't really know, but I imagine, is that the fact that you have to make it almost sound like a conversation, but you have to make it all rhyme, but make it seem natural.
Sometimes bad lyrics can kill good music, but this time no problem with that. They both were amazing.
Usually when we talk about music for these movies that we watch, my criticism is almost always exactly the same. No rhythm, no rhythm, no rhythm. My problem with the soundtrack was I felt like it had no rhythm. It sounds like they crammed things together just to make it fit. They sounded as if somebody had too many syllables for whatever rhythm they set up. This movie was flawless. They stuck to their rhythm. They used creative terminology and words. They found a way to sing fast songs without sounding like they were just throwing words all over the place.
The words, it just kind of felt jumbled up.
It fit!
And everything was just well thought out.
This movie, all about dreams.
Get off your chest.
Dreams. The main character is a dreamer, kind of an underdog situation. One thing I really like about this movie is it was very inspiring, you know, to a dreamer. All sorts of other movies, they do that all the time. It's just a, you know, follow your dream, follow your heart, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, just follow your dream and believe in yourself and it will come to be. But I think about this movie, which was deeper than most movies go, is that it shows you, spoiler alert, just so you know, spoiler alert, he finds out that the dream in itself is still not enough. Yeah, it would be for me. He gets his dream and he finds out that that is simply not enough, and that is true. Really, if you look at a lot of people who are living high off the hog, a lot of them aren't very happy. A dream is not enough to satisfy you. there's something else that you need. It was just fun to see it come true, you know?
Right.
Not a lot of dreams come true this side of heaven, so it was really nice to see.
For him to make his dream come true, he had to work really hard. So he had to do a bunch of stuff that he didn't like first so that he can get to the point of making his dream come true, and it didn't come true right away either. That was kind of a nice aspect. It's like basically you have to, work hard for it. People talk about making their dreams come true. They almost never talk about the hard work that gets involved. Pursuing your dreams can be a good thing, but there's also a sort of a practical side to it too. Like dreams are like, there's a lot of risk involved, but there's sometimes an unnecessary risk. There's also some slight balance with when it comes to practicality and the fact that you don't want to get swept too far into your dream. Stars! Josiah, what are the stars? Out of 10.
10.
10 out of 10, the first ever! Let's say
I'll
some
give it
confetti
to
come
it.
from that.
Perhaps when the novelty wears off, this will change, but for the moment, I think I have to say 10.
Probably me too. 10. 10 out of 10.
In the moment, it's 10 out of 10.
Yes! The perfect 40-40.
It's a perfect 40 out of 40!
Never happened before.
This movie, it's like Mary Poppins, practically perfect in almost every way. Shout outs to all the actors. We go Michelle Williams, we go Hugh Jackman, we go Zendaya, Zac Efron, and Rebecca Ferguson, and the director, Michael Gailey.
Oh, and
Gracie. And the songwriters. I don't know what their names are.
Yeah, the songwriters and the lyricists. And the choreographer, we cannot forget the casting director.
And the guy who did Man's Brother. I'm not sure what your name is. I saw it once and it looked like I couldn't pronounce it right away. Good job, awesome movie. Let's go support this movie in the box office.
Yes.
Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Done.
Done.
Goodbye.
Ah!